Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
Morning, friends. Welcome to Hy-Vee Today. This is Tony Tone. Seems like there are a lot of tired people throughout Muscatine after the Muskie boys basketball team went to Des Moines last night. First time in the state tournament in 16 years. Took on a very tough Iowa City West opponent. And unfortunately, the Muskies were defeated by a final score, 62-50, if I'm not mistaken. I saw my friend Joe Krausar, who called the game with Brian Musell last night. He was in the store a couple minutes ago picking up some donuts for his coworkers over at Affordable Metal, and he just looked tired. And that's not an insult. I mean, it was, driving to Des Moines and back and getting home late, and like he said, he still had all the adrenaline after you get done doing something like calling a game. So to everybody that made the trek, it's pretty cool that you did that in support of the Muskies. Obviously, we hope that it happens again. And to the seniors on that team, thank you for a great ride. Good luck. You know, for some, that might be the last time that they play basketball. We certainly know that Joe Wieskamp will be on the Iowa Hawkeye team next year, and they need him. So he'll begin preparation for that. And to everybody else, wow, what a ride, that's for sure. A lot of memories made throughout the course of this season and in Des Moines. And I think we have some pictures that we're going to pull up in a little bit. Yeah, later in the show, we have some shots from Wells Fargo Arena, and we'll get to that. Chef Tess is in the kitchen prepping for a visit from some homeschooled students later on today. What are we going to be making, or what are you, not we, like I'm going to be doing anything. What are you going to be making with the homeschooled students?
Well, the age range for the group is pretty broad.
Okay.
So we've got like some 4th graders, and we have some like high school age students. And so this morning I thought it would be kind of cool to focus on antioxidants and eating all of the colors. So we're gonna talk about the colors of different fruits and veggies, why they are the colors that they are, and what those can do for your body and how healthy they are. So we're gonna make a big fruit smoothie with just fruit.
Nice.
And we're gonna let them taste it that way, and then I'm going to load it with fresh spinach.
Ooh.
Because you can't taste it.
Right.
And so I'm just gonna show them an easy way to eat a lot of vegetables, and so they can taste it side by side and realize that you can hide lots of greens in a smoothie.
Things like kale as well.
Kale and spinach are the best greens to do that with.
Yeah.
So, and you can,
That's
you'd
great.
be surprised how much you can put into a smoothie without being able to taste it.
A little sirloin steak. No?
We could try that.
Yeah, we should. I don't know why I got steak on the brain. That's the second time I mentioned to Chef off the air. I'm like, you making steak and eggs? No, prepping for the homeschool kids. I'm like, well, a guy can hope, right?
So it's always worth a shot.
Yeah, so now when you do a smoothie, are you doing like the rind on? Because sometimes like when people do smoothies, like they'll take the skin or the rind off of fruits and things. Other people are like, throw it all in there.
For today, I'm going to do, so I've got some super, super ripe pineapple.
Okay.
Which I will be taking all of this fun stuff off of the outside.
Yes.
And the core out. I've got some banana, and I'll use the whole flesh of the banana, just peel it. The oranges, I'm just gonna cut to peel them, so I'll take the outer rind off. And then I'll take all the little greens off of these strawberries here.
Nice.
And then we'll do some Greek yogurt, and maybe a little fruit juice, maybe some frozen berries, things like that.
That sounds fantastic. And then just in a standard blender or a juicer or what?
Yeah, actually, I'm getting a Ninja blender dropped off here pretty soon. We have a Ninja at home, so it's like huge pitcher. They're great.
I know what they are. I've never seen them in action.
Oh, they're great.
What time is this at with the homeschool kids? What time do I need to be there?
12:45 to 1:45.
I'll be there.
Okay.
Let me check my schedule. I'll be there. Well, yeah, I think I can make that happen. Pretty much after this show gets over. I mean, there's things that we have to do. I don't want to downplay it. We're tremendously busy. We're bigly busy, if you will. Okay, so we'll check back in with Chef Tess in just a few. Our first guest is here for the first time, but it's not the first time that we hung out. As a matter of fact, Amy Hessel from the Muscatine Community YMCA, we were together last week. Was it a week ago today?
Yes.
For the MDA lockup.
Yes.
How was that experience for you? We were in jail for muscular dystrophy at the Riverview Center, which is, by the way, a fabulous jail.
Yes. Yeah. If you're going to have to go to jail, that's where you want to go.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep, that is definitely where you want to go.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that was my first experience with the MDA lockup, and it was a little hard for me because, you know, who do I call? Who do you make that right call to? It's like balance between like work person, friend, and stuff. But it was all right, you know. I mean, it was a good experience to get out there and actually try practicing, you know, that request, you know.
It got a lot easier for me when the folks at MDA gave us the little card with the child who we were trying to raise money for to be able to go to Camp Courageous. So then what I did is I took a picture of that and I sent out probably 65 text messages with that picture and sort of like a copy and paste message because, again, I'd never done the MDA lockup. And I know that in your job with the Y, you have to do a lot of fundraisers as it is.
And that's where it's like a hard thing. It's because between work, between something like MDA, and then between home, you know, I feel like I'm always asking people for money. And
you almost feel like you're just like, come on.
You just walk by and you're like, just give me I should just carry a basket, you know, so then, what are you doing today?
But it's all good. The thing is, it's all like everything that you do at the Y is phenomenal. We're going to talk all about it. Organizations like MDA, like when it's legitimate causes that are doing good work, it makes it easier, right?
Yes.
And then what you're so great at, if I can compliment you this way, is when you do stuff for the Y, it is a fun fundraiser. Like you just had that dinner here with Chef Tess at Hy-Vee. You do things like a lip sync battle. You're always thinking outside of the box.
Absolutely. You know, one of the things about fundraising is, especially with kids, I mean, like I said, we're always, you know, kids are always selling candy bars or selling raffle tickets or whatever.
Yep.
I want to tell our story. So having the kids or family sell something doesn't tell the story of the Y.
Sure.
A lip sync battle tells the story of the Y. It shows like the courage of these young people getting up on the stage and performing or, you know, like the wine and dine. It's like family time or getting out, you know, like just something to get out of your norm and to do something and together. And so that's really where we want to do our thing. So we just had our father-daughter beach party. Again.
Oh my gosh, it's like you always have stuff going on.
Always, yeah.
I mean, you just had the wine dinner, and then you had the father-daughter. When was that event? Was it just
Saturday?
Oh my gosh!
So then, coming up in April, we have our father-son decathlon.
Cool.
So that is another one now that you'll start seeing put out there and stuff. But I try to spread them out just enough that I can advertise the right, you know, like.
Absolutely.
But we want to stay busy, you know, and families want to stay busy, and you know, and sometimes we get a loss to like, what can we do? What can we do?
Yes,
and
100%.
So it's like, if I can just be that opportunity to like the kids laugh and have a good time. What I love about the beach party, and Brandon actually ran the beach party. I wasn't there, but every dad that is there will get into the potato sack.
Nice.
And it is so funny to watch. I mean, like, we had one year with a dad in a sling. His arm was in a sling, and he still gets in this gunny sack, you know, with his daughter.
Yeah.
We get these dads on the scooters.
It's
you know, unfortunately, our moms aren't always as much, you know, willing to do that. But our dads, I mean, these dads are really good at limbo. It's crazy.
And they're comfortable at sometimes looking ridiculous. I think that's what you get humbled early on as a parent, and you understand like things are going to happen when that kid is young, and you just got to roll with it. And you have to assume that the majority of folks, if they haven't been through it personally, they've been around it, you know?
Yeah.
So I can't even imagine, you know, because my boys are 5 and 3, and we have things that happen that are silly and ridiculous. But what's to come, I'm just going to embrace everything. I'm going to try to, you know?
Yes. Yeah. You know, and every day is something different, no matter, you know, even at 15 and, you know, mine are almost 15 and 18. And it's like, wait, did that just happen?
Ugh.
You know, like, seriously, my son picked me up and moved me out of the way last night to get to the restroom. And I'm like, what? What did you just do? Like,
with love, probably.
And so, like, every day there's something. Yeah. You know, and of course, then the other ones in the back room mocking that I can't believe you didn't break your back.
I'm
you know,
not ready for that. If my kids are ever able to pick me up and move me,
that would be pretty impressive.
I want them both to be 7 feet tall. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Like I want them to be giant people because it has its advantages. All right, so at the Y, the place looks amazing. We've talked about this a lot. The renovations are breathtaking. More to come, of course.
Right.
So we're very excited for that. Did you benefit from the renovations? Did you get an improved office space?
So I didn't get any more office.
Okay.
I have the same office, but we got a brand new teen center.
Yes.
And
the teen center, I didn't even know what it was because the first time I walked past, it was like the lights were off. The next time I'm at the Y, wow, it looked amazing.
It does. I was talking to some of the kids like when we first opened up, and they're like, yeah, it's smaller than what it was.
Sure.
But you know what? And they actually said it's much more inviting, or
100%.
So they feel comfortable in there, and they enjoy being in there. We just had 40 kids show up Friday night for middle school movie night.
Wow.
Overwhelmed my staff completely. So in April we got to make sure we have a second staff at movie night. But
sure.
They feel comfortable in there, and they really enjoy the space. So it's it's been nice to that. And we'll be seeing, the Children's Adventure Center. We'll be seeing some birthday parties happening in there.
That is a cool
pretty
space
soon. We're so close to getting those things rolled out. We just haven't quite got those. But of course, with the new gym, that will so much make a difference, like in basketball practices. Our skill classes will have a little bit more variety of time because we can use that. Right now we have only this 2.5-hour window, and then other things need to go in this space. And
it's going to be so awesome when it's done, and you can see it already. It's just weird for me to have seen like the blueprint, the drawings, the renderings, then the construction starts, and now it's looking great. Okay, spring break for Muscatine is next week. However, the kids get out early tomorrow. No school Friday. What's going on at the Y? Spring break is a busy time for y'all.
It is.
Right.
It is, and we try to make it busy for families too.
Sure.
So we do have no school specials going on for our K through 5th graders all of those days. And so even kids who aren't in our regular after school program can still come in to those. It is still licensed, so they have to do all the paperwork stuff.
Gotcha.
But we keep them busy all day. We're art and wellness and science, and we'll be swimming several days during spring break with that group. But what we're most excited about is offering our sports camp again. This will be our 3rd or 4th year of sports camp over spring break. And
and we have the website pulled up, which is nice, easy to use. And then I just love how all the flyers look that you guys do. This says activate your spring break, and they always look good. They have all the details on it, and all it takes is just looking at something like this, and Ryan's going to take a shot of it so everybody can see it. And then, of course, check out the Y's website. There you go. Activate your spring break. I can't believe spring break's here already.
I know. Well, because that means that I have to start prepping for summer.
Oh. I'm not ready for it. I'm not mentally there, but I do think this is good. Spring break rolls around. There's, the Y is such a good resource for, families, kids, adults. But when, again, spring break rolls around, not everybody's going out of town.
No.
So for folks that are, and the other part of it is, like, if you don't plan your schedule or if you don't have enough vacation, like, just because your kids have a week off doesn't mean that the parents do.
Absolutely. And that's where the no school specials come into play.
Sure.
And then, like, our sports camp is in the morning.
Right.
And we're serving lunch.
Sure.
So these kids are going to come, they're going to do a different sport every day. And then they'll do, play dodgeball and Star Wars and different things like that. And they're mixed between the basketball and hockey games. But we're going to serve them lunch. So then even if you come and grab them on your lunch break, you don't have to worry about feeding them lunch because that's been included in your registration price.
It's fantastic,
The kids have a great time. We have several kids who have done like every sports camp that we have made available, and they look forward to it. Because we do it a couple times in the summer also.
Yeah, it's so good. Again, and so from the spring break to the Life Skills Challenge Camp, which again starts on Monday.
Yes.
And this is free for all 6th through 8th grade students.
Yes.
More than just, it's fun, but it's also very informative as well.
Yes.
It's got that good balance, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So a couple of friends of mine, their kids attended a similar thing. And they were telling me about it. I'm like, oh, I really need to steal that.
Yeah, right. They borrow that idea from you. Yeah.
And so I did.
Sure.
And so we are going to be doing some we're going to be coming out here on Monday and walking through how to plan a meal.
Nice.
And then they're going to shop for that meal. So I'm going to send one group out to shop name brand and one to shop store brand.
Yeah.
And see the price difference, and see.
What time is that going to be at, do you know?
We'll be out here about 2 o'clock on Monday.
Okay, great.
And then we're going to shop for that. And then on Wednesday or Thursday, depending on how the schedule works out for our car maintenance, we're going to be cooking those meals that we walk through, and then seeing if you can tell a difference between that name brand and that, because you can't.
No, we love the Hy-Vee brand.
So
of course.
You can't really tell the difference. So, to kind of just show the kids that you can shop this way and that it's okay, and talk about that. But we have general plumbing stuff.
Wow.
One of the things, and as a homeowner, we have to work on toilets all the time. I'm pretty sure in my house we replace the toilet. I have 3 boys in my house, with my husband and the boys.
Yeah.
I feel like we're replacing the toilet all the time.
Oh, sure.
But I could never do it.
Yeah.
But so we're going to work on replacing the floats and how to replace those innards and some basic car maintenance, how to check fluids, how to check your air pressure.
That's a great idea.
And then Friday, we'll be working on tying a tie.
Okay.
Phone etiquette, because this is what I get from middle schoolers when they call me. Yeah. Can you call me back? I want to know if there's any dances.
I was thinking the phone etiquette would just be like this.
Well, that too, yeah.
Huh? Just emoji. What's the emoji for? Because it...
Right. But I never get any phone numbers. I never get any names.
Sure.
If I do get anything besides that, it's 100 other kids in the background, yelling and talking to each other at the person who's talking on the phone. So we're going to talk about phone etiquette.
That's so good.
Tying a tie.
It's tough.
I have a 14, 15-year-old who has in jazz band, and I was like, I don't know how to tie that tie. And my husband left early, and so I'm like, shoot.
What do you do?
We had to call the neighbor and run him over there.
Or you do the YouTube tie tutorial. I have an invisible tie on, so you can't see it. It's a CGI tie. It's tough.
But there's so many of these things that we don't teach our kids anymore. We don't, and we're going to have some fun. We're going to be doing relays, and we're going to be doing challenges. We're going to be still having some fun, but really getting some good information. And people are very excited about it. It's just the amount of
absolutely
shares and information. People are passing this out. It's very exciting to see.
So that's the Life Skills Challenge. And it's Monday through Friday from 1 to 4, and it's free for 6th to 8th graders.
Yes, and the other thing we're doing is we're putting team builders in every day.
Okay.
So, every day in your life as you go on, you have to learn to get along with people. Even if you don't necessarily like
100%.
them,
Yep.
you have to learn to do that. And then, of course, fitness is very important to me. And so we'll be doing a fitness activity every day also. Cool. And trying to find new things that they haven't tried. It's not going to be like running the track or get on the treadmill. It's going to be other fun fitness ideas and stuff.
Today's fitness exercise is tolerating people that annoy you. Ready, go. Look at the smile. Look at that. Hey. No, it's true, though. I mean, you're right. I mean, these are a lot of skills. I just find it fascinating that, because I remember when we got call waiting back in the day and caller ID. I think caller ID really is part of the things that have not been the best for society. It's a wonderful thing, but we screen our calls. We all do.
Absolutely.
You see it, and now you see it on your watch, and you're like, if it's a number you don't have. I mean, I remember caller ID, and by the way, it was expensive when it came out.
Yes.
Holy moly. But then you could, anyways, we could talk about that for a while. All right, last thing is Awaken Summer Imagination Summer Kids Club 2018. Again, registration for this starts very soon.
April 2nd for the community.
Sure.
We have 100 to 120 spots, depending on if, but that's it, And
they go quick, I imagine.
They do.
Yeah.
So, we do encourage people to really get in the first week of registration, because our current people get a couple weeks to register.
Gotcha.
So
okay.
We do give those people who are in our summer program in 2017 and then our after school. So, but we swim 3 times a week.
Sure.
We're doing science, wellness, and art every day.
Jeez.
We really want to keep them busy, and we're really making some fun changes for the summer too. And so we're really excited about, just kind of getting some of the stuff done and getting to the programming.
And it's important that because it says on the sheet, it's a licensed child care program.
Yes.
And again, everything at the Y is very much, you guys are following rules, and you have to. I mean, anymore,
Absolutely,
right?
yes,
Especially when it comes to a camp. that's going to be going on for a while, involving a lot of kids. I mean, and I know that that's important for the Y, certainly, right?
Yes. So, the license part of that, make sure that we hold to the ratio of staff to kids.
Sure.
We, the rules say you have to have 1 to 15. We are usually better than that. We're probably more 1 to 10.
Nice.
And then, making sure that you're feeding them on,
absolutely.
and feeding them the right things. So, so a lot of that stuff, and then making sure that all of our programming is in a safe manner and all of that. So the license part is very important. The other thing I want to say about our summer program is we run from the day that Muscatine gets out of school until Muscatine goes back to school.
Perfect.
So the only day we have off this summer during the week is 4th of July.
Wow.
So
that is intensive.
So as a parent, and we open at 6:45 in the morning, and we're there till 6 o'clock at night. So whether you have to be to work early or whether you work a little later, we can accommodate any of that.
Isn't that wonderful? I mean, again, because unless you're a teacher, you're working over the summer. And it's not to say that teachers don't work over the summer. That's not what I'm saying, teacher friends. But it's true. A lot of us in our jobs might have 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks off. Some of these people here at Hy-Vee, they've been here so long, they get 7 weeks off. Like, what are you doing with yourself? Why don't you just retire? 7 weeks, Terry Truitt. Not going to name names. Steve Graham. Not going to name names. You know how much time off I got? A little bit. I can't complain.
Right.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
I can't even fit my vacations in.
Yeah, you don't even.
Because
how can you have time off?
overschedule myself and shoot.
How do you take time
off? I
off?
lost vacation time again.
You know what you need to do? Clone yourself. Problem solved.
Yes.
There you go. 2 Amy Hessels. Is that a good thing?
Well, ask my boys. No.
You can just keep one of them at the Y. All right, clone Hessel. You stay. You work all the time. Or we do this. We just win the Powerball. Did you see it? $348 million.
Is it that high again?
Yeah. You strike me, and I don't want to assume, Amy. You strike me as the kind of person, you win the Powerball, you keep working.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Me? No way.
Yeah, no.
I'm going to catch a plane to Italy or whatever.
Yeah, no, I would keep working. I couldn't even imagine having to be at home and not be doing
you could
stuff.
do it. You could have a Scrooge McDuck vault. You could swim in gold and go to exotic places. You could build your own Y.
Well, we kept talking, I was trying to win, because then I could have added, the pool and the...
You could have a statue of yourself at the Y.
You know what? I'm okay with not having a statue of myself, but...
I would just put up obnoxious statues of myself. Hey, St. Ambrose, I went there. Here's $1 million. I want a statue of myself. And it's got to be to scale, but 180 pounds. Okay.
Yeah.
Give everybody the website for the Y and how they can find you. We have the webpage pulled up. We'll go back to that in a second. So, but go ahead. As far as finding all the stuff that you're doing online.
It's very easy. www. And then it's muscatiney.org.
Perfect. Okay, Amy Hessel, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Please come back. Don't be a stranger. You have so many other events coming down the pike throughout the course of the spring and summer, and we'll talk all about them. Okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, before we grab Jim Haskin, who is waiting in the wings, talking about some great dairy things going on, I would love to take a shot of the aisle cam, which is set up near the health market. I want you to be very, very quiet. We're hunting the elusive Sarah, who on Wellness Wednesdays, we don't know if she's here or not. We're going to see if she is in the health market. Oh, we did move it. Oh, it's in dairy. That's fine. Well, she's definitely not going to be in dairy. Let's show me the aisle cam. Maybe she's there. Could you imagine? I want you to know, though, that, that is a perfect shot. Good tie-in, Jim. Good tie-in. All right. Sarah's getting off the hook again. How does she do this all the time? Oh, it's Wellness Wednesday. Take 10. Why am I even giving her a plug? Take 10%, because I'm a nice guy. Take 10% off all your purchases in the health market each and every Wednesday during Wellness. Sarah, you got off the hook. Look at her. She just runs. All right, I'll talk to you in a minute. Come on over. There's no way. She would literally find anything to do except be on the show. That's okay. Wellness Wednesday, 10% off in the health market. Chef Tess, smells good. Pineapple, looking good. Why is it important, Chef, to get rid of is it the core of the pineapple? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, in the center, it's the core.
The center, yeah.
Well, it's really only good for juicing.
Okay.
It's super fibrous. You're not going to want to chew on that. I've never tried to throw that into a smoothie.
Yeah.
But we use it at home for juicing because there's still a ton of juice inside of it.
Gotcha. Okay.
So if you're into that sort of thing, it works really well and you can still use it. But pretty much every other application, you're going to want to toss it.
Now, we certainly have these things in the store where you can just cut the pineapple like it's a pineapple cutter, but you're just using a good old-fashioned knife, huh?
Yeah. All the kitchen gadgets and things like that. When you go to culinary school, they pretty much teach you how to do all of those things with just your hands and knives.
Oh my.
So it's pretty fun.
Do you want to give us a little demo?
Absolutely.
All right, let's see it.
So I hacked off the top and the bottom.
Okay.
So I have a nice flat surface.
Perfect.
And then I'm going to use my knife just to run along the sides and remove the outside. Having a nice sharp knife is really, really helpful.
It's just cutting through it like butter.
Yeah.
Look at that. It's wonderful.
A dull knife is much more dangerous than a sharp one. I always tell people that.
So again, we got some homeschooled students coming in later today. Shout out to Kat Nitzel, who organizes that. They're a great group. They were here not too long ago, and I just happened to wander into the club room. They were decorating cupcakes. Oops, I had to have
so
cookies.
Great.
Yeah, Kat's great. All right.
So
look
yeah.
at this.
So cut the core in half and then cut it into quarters.
Okay.
And then you can see where the core begins, and you can just run your knife right along the side of it and remove it.
That's it, huh?
So that is all just like perfectly usable pineapple.
Yes.
Really easy.
I thought the core was bigger, but I guess that wouldn't make sense because then the pineapple would have to be bigger.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Perfect. Okay. Rocking and chopping. Do those things annoy you when people say things like rocking and chopping?
Not
No?
when you do.
Okay, thank you. Good answer. All right.
No, it doesn't.
Rocking and chopping. All right, Jim Haskin, dairy manager at your Muscatine Hy-Vee. He's back in the saddle. Buddy, you brought milk. We have a shot of the dairy department. And let's take that shot just for a second if we can, the aisle cam, because I want people to know that when they walk over to the dairy department here at Hy-Vee, it does look a little different, Jim, but it is for a good cause. Throughout the month of March, when you buy milk, you can make a difference. And for some folks, they might not even be aware that they're going to make a difference when they buy milk, but that's what they're doing, right?
Right. Well, it's a program where Hy-Vee is partnered with Feeding America, Milk PEP, and the National Dairy Council for the Great American Milk Drive.
Okay.
And it's for the whole month of March.
Sure.
And the program is in a need because 1 in 6 Americans struggle with hunger.
Right.
And milk is one of the most requested and nutrient-rich food that people need, but is the least likely one donated.
100%. Right. And I mean, when you think about things that are donated, a lot of dry goods, right?
Right.
But it's always that lack of like meat and milk.
Right.
So the fact that they were able to identify that and then create the Great American Milk Drive, it makes total sense.
Right. And the way it works, they're not actually taking a gallon of milk and giving it to them.
Sure.
The way we do it here at Hy-Vee, at the check stand at the front end, customers can donate $2, which is for a half gallon, or $4, which is for a gallon.
And obviously, half gallon, full gallon.
Correct.
You brought good props. And these are Hy-Vee brands of milk.
Rest.
I can kind of tell.
Yep.
Isn't that pretty good, right?
Yep.
I didn't even see the labels.
Yep, that's good, Tony. You're learning.
And listen, I don't want to brag. See if I get this right. Full, half,
2%.
2%. Sorry, full 2%. Skim.
1%.
1% skim.
2%.
2%.
Purple's 2%. We'll get you, Tony.
So many options of milk. But yeah, okay, so please consider this next time you're in the store. And Jim, obviously, you guys are really busy in the dairy department. How much milk are we going through?
We're going through a lot of milk, and it's something that people use for drinking, for nutrition, for cereal, and it's just a common cooking need. So it is something that everybody has in the refrigerator.
You say cereal. Today is National Cereal Day. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Yep.
So for sure. But it is important, again, because I don't want to say that a lot of us take it for granted, but if you come to places like Hy-Vee and you're picking things up for yourself or your family, grabbing a gallon of milk might not seem like a big thing, but for some people, it's not an option.
Right.
So again, that's where the need is identified, and the Great American Milk Drive can help. So when we look in places like your department, can we get a shot of the aisle cam with the signs up? So I just want people to know that when they're in the dairy department and they see this, and they're hung right there, and then they're near where the milk is,
right above it,
you're going to see what's going on, right? You're going to get a sense for what this is. And that's why I wanted to have Jim on to talk about it, because you do have an opportunity to make a difference. You're picking up milk for yourself. You want to kick in $2 or $4 to help those in need, please do. Right?
And last year, it was just a 2-week promotion.
Okay.
And the group donated a little over 100,000 gallons of milk. This year they got a real aggressive goal of 350,000 gallons, but we're doing it for the whole month of March.
Sure.
So we got a little longer time frame to do it.
Right.
So everybody can help by whether it's $2 or $4. Donating at the register,
Sure.
and hopefully we can meet that goal of 350,000.
Absolutely. Wow. I want you all to take this really seriously, because anytime you can make a difference for those in need, I hope that you can. And $2 or $4, whether that's a lot of money or not, maybe you have that in spare change in the cup holder in your car, or if you got a little cash in your purse or wallet and you want to make a donation, we would totally appreciate it to help out during the Great American Milk Drive. As we took a look in your department on the aisle cam, it's interesting to me because when we get busy, a lot of us are up front helping out bagging groceries and stuff, which is cool. The amount of yogurt that I've seen and the variety from... Now, correct me if I'm wrong, it seems like, past couple of years, Greek yogurt became like the thing. And I don't want to say that it's not the thing anymore, but now I'm seeing a lot of these like flip, where you have the yogurt in one side, then you flip up the... I don't even know what it is. I've never had one. But did you ever... when you walk your department... The amount of just yogurt that you have,
right?
It's unbelievable.
I mean, to me, when I first came to Hy-Vee, and the amount of yogurt that we process through the department and carry is a little mind-boggling sometimes. Greek yogurt is still very popular.
Sure,
but it's like anything. The manufacturers come up with a new way to market to people.
Yes,
and these flips where they have a little bit of yogurt, and then they have some type of topping that just flips in and mix, because that's what a lot of people do, put granola, berries, different ingredients in with their yogurt.
Yeah.
And
what a genius idea, right?
Yeah, because even the container,
right? Me too. I was just going to say that the container itself, you just really do that flip move, and then it's that easy. So I don't know. We got to think of one of these ideas, like what's going to be the next trend in yogurt.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, let alone that. We talked about this last time. Just the amount of iced coffees and different drinks.
Yeah,
you had a heck of a deal on Sunny D. People were buying that up.
Right. And it's still on 4 for $5 for a half gallon, and it's a very popular drink. It's nutritious, and it is great after school.
Yeah. Or for breakfast.
Yes.
You need a little pick-me-up, whatever the case may be, right?
Right.
Okay, so for the month of March, the Great American Milk Drive will continue, and you can see we have the Hy-Vee website pulled up with a little bit more details on that. It is important for this company, Hy-Vee, and all the different Hy-Vee stores to give back and to stay connected to the communities that they serve, and that is something that is very admirable, I think. Not to say that a lot of companies don't feel or do the same things, but Hy-Vee talks the talk and they walk the walk. You know what I mean? They back it up when they say that they're involved.
Right.
They really do.
Yeah. And they're a great organization for helping people in need. And
absolutely.
Community involvement is one of their primary goals.
It's true, and they really instill that into all of their store directors and then into their department heads like yourself and down to the part-time employee at these places. I hope that you'll take this seriously, think about making a donation, and know that it's going to help out. And you're right, that is an ambitious goal of 350,000 gallons of milk.
Yeah.
But like you said, it is for the entire month. And you know what next year is going to be? Probably 500,000.
Yep.
Knowing how things go.
To escalate.
But here's the thing, again, and we say this a lot on this show, the need will probably be there, if not have grown a little bit.
Yes.
Which is unfortunate, of course, because, again, in a perfect world, there is no need for milk, but that's why things like the Great American Milk Drive exist. All right. What's the rest of your day look like? Is it a busy one over there in dairy?
It's always busy. There's always something that needs filled and rotated and stocked. So.
It's true. Can we take a shot one more time of the dairy department where you can find Jim Haskin and the crew? Look at it. Okay, so there's all the milk. And again, it's still, I've worked here for almost 3 months, but to think about the amount of people that come through these doors and the stuff that they're buying, and then understanding it's sort of like Groundhog's Day. Like, people are doing different things. Trucks will come in with product, and it's like truck pulls in, stuff comes out, and then you got to take it, and, you do the hokey pokey, turn yourself about. But it is important, especially when we get busy. I mean, you guys really have to pay attention to what's going out, right?
Right.
And you never want to run out of anything.
Right.
Yeah.
You want to keep your best sellers in stock and make sure that you're aware, anticipating eggs, because they sell so quick, because you can have an empty case real quick if you're not staying on top of it.
Please come back, and next time you come back in a week or so, maybe 2 weeks, whatever, maybe highlight some new items that are coming in, because I know that happens.
Yep.
Again, milk, eggs, standard fare, yogurts, got it, drinks, but there's always different stuff that they're trying to get you to try and bring into the store, correct?
Correct. Yep. There's always some new product coming in and others being discontinued, and sometimes people wonder why their favorite one is discontinued, but typically the way the manufacturers look at that is whether they're adding some new items to a category, they're typically looking at the slowest moving ones and phasing them out and making room for the new ones. So that's why you'll continually have to have.
And then you get the Sunny D's of the world that have just survived, and they stick it out, right? Yep. That's kind of a surprise, really, when you think about it. All right, Jim Haskin, good to see you, brother.
All right,
thank you for your time. Appreciate it. Chef Tess is rocking still with some pineapple smoothies. It's just going to be a healthy option for these kids. So are you going to tell them that the spinach is in it, or are you just going to have them sample it and see if they can identify it? Okay. Gotcha.
I'm not pulling a fast one on these kids.
Hey, kids, try this one. See if you can identify the secret. The secret ingredient is anchovies. Maybe not. But yeah, that's cool. Again, I think it would surprise people watching this, whether you're tuned in live on Facebook or YouTube or whatever, or you're watching the rebroadcast on MPW Channel 5. I think they would be surprised the amount of parents that choose to homeschool their children, and that's a tough gig. I don't know how those parents do it. A lot of respect for them. But what is cool is that in Muscatine, like I said, Kat Nitzel, like her job is she works with the parents and the families that are choosing to homeschool, and then helps them get out to do sort of like a field trip, like coming to Hy-Vee, hanging out with Chef Tess. Like I said, last time they were decorating cookies. That was pretty cool. And if it's the same group, I don't think it's more than like 20 or 25, maybe even less than that.
I think our group today is going to be like 16.
Okay, 16. Perfect. Awesome. All right, so that'll be later on. And with the permission of everybody there, maybe we'll take some pictures just to... Oh, there's the bananas. Now, do you need like a softer banana that's easier to put in the Ninja?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what we do at home is we just buy bananas, whether we need them or not. Mm-hmm. And we let them get really, really ripe on the counter.
Okay.
And then we peel them when they're super ripe. And I'm talking like completely brown on the outside, because those are the best smoothie bananas.
Wow.
And then we will peel them and throw them into Ziploc bags, so that at any point in time you can get out a single banana that's frozen, which makes your smoothie colder, which I like.
That, I was just going to say, I was thinking about that. The frozen banana trick makes the smoothie colder.
Mm-hmm. And you don't have to add ice then if you don't want to. So it's pretty fun. And then we just always have a constant supply of...
Watch this.
Ready.
Hashtag chef hack. Frozen banana makes the smoothie colder.
Yeah.
And that's why some people with mixed drinks or whatever will put the grapes in the freezer.
Yeah.
And then they'll put the frozen grapes in their champagne or wine.
Yeah.
Not that I've done that.
Yeah, we use those. We use those frozen bananas also for oatmeal.
Ooh.
I like to cook bananas right in with my steel cut oats.
That's a good deal.
Makes them super creamy. You'd think there was just butter and heavy cream in them. They're so creamy, but it's just banana.
Steel cut oats, huh?
Yeah.
Another thing that seems like became real popular over the last few years. What's the difference between a regular cut oat and a steel cut oat?
A steel cut oat, so they have rolled oats.
Okay.
And what that's like a whole oat that's been literally smashed and pressed. Which has a lot to do with why they cook so quickly. And then the steel cut ones, it's like the whole grain. It takes quite a bit longer to cook.
Sweet.
But it lends you're going to get a much creamier texture at the end, which I love. And then another thing that a lot of people don't realize is that you can make these, I will make a batch for the whole week. When I get in an oatmeal mood,
awesome.
I will make a 5-day batch on Monday. And then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all you have to do is just scoop it out, throw it, nuke it in the microwave, whatever, and then throw whatever nuts, dried fruits, little cinnamon, honey, agave, whatever you want. So you can have different oatmeal every single day of the week if you want to. It's super easy.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, it's just things to consider when you're watching the show, and we have Chef Tess always nearby. We're going to talk about, what Chef's working on and different things that you can try. And I hope that you'll take some things away from this for sure. And don't be intimidated to, I think it's about the time for a lot of people, Chef. A lot of folks are super busy, and they just feel like, I just don't think I have the time to do that. But, and as you've shown on the show over the past month or so, I almost said over the past few years, not yet. It's really just about finding a little bit of time. Maybe you prep things ahead, and then not being intimidated about getting in the kitchen.
Yeah, that is probably one of the biggest things that people say is I don't have the time. You do that so fast. I could never do that. And yeah, I've been cutting stuff up for a decade now, and so I'm pretty quick at it. But that's why I try and teach people, instead of just handing them a recipe, I try and teach them a technique. So one of the biggest things I try and teach people is the proper way to cut an onion, which I'd love to show on the show sometime
Absolutely.
soon.
Yeah, if we're gonna do onion rings in the morning, I'm in. Or just regular onions.
That's not what I said, but we can make that happen.
I have selective onion ring hearing.
Yeah,
we
could definitely do that. But just really small skills like that, and when you can chop an onion the right way in 20 seconds versus the 3 minutes sometimes it takes people to do it, it makes a huge difference in your prep time.
Yeah.
It makes a huge difference in getting dinner on the table, and those are the differences that stay with somebody over the course of their life.
Yeah.
That's what I like to do.
It's so true, because a lot of us are probably not going to go to culinary school, but if you want to cook at home for yourself or significant other, family, whatever your situation is, you just gotta not be afraid to try it and ask questions when you're at places like Hy-Vee, because you'll get the answers that you need, whether it's grilling or doing stuff in the kitchen on the stove. I don't assume that you use the microwave that often, but it probably has some practical purposes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm a chef.
Yeah.
So I cook like a chef sometimes,
Sure.
but I'm also just a regular person.
Right.
And like I said, I will nuke my oatmeal in the morning.
Yeah.
Because I don't have time to prepare a 5-course breakfast every day, contrary to popular belief.
Today's continental breakfast menu will have lamb shanks and I don't know.
I'm still trying to struggle to get out the door quickly, get here, grab a Starbucks before I get working, so I'm awake, and it's just like everybody else. So
yeah, it's true. It really is true. It's just about finding that time, and I think that, when I was in high school, shout out to Oak Park River Forest High School, class of 2002, Darlene Cabot, home ec. I took 2 different classes, and she was just a tremendous lady, and I learned how to make the perfect omelet.
Yeah.
And still make a pretty mean omelet, good fold action. And I've told you, I don't know if I've told you this, but I was really close to culinary school, to considering it.
Yeah.
Because I thought, and this is before chefs were TV chefs, Emeril was around. And I hope people realize that. We're only a decade or so, maybe 10 to 12 years, 13 years into this, if you're a chef and you're popular, you can get on TV.
Yeah.
I just thought I like to cook, and, having had the experience of going to some pretty cool restaurants in the Chicago area, I thought that could be something I don't know. There's something about a busy kitchen that just has a buzz when it gets rocking, right?
It's harnessed chaos.
Yes.
Yeah. It's fun.
And
it's
not
really
like
fun.
a Gordon Ramsay, like yelling. Like that's not how I would be.
No.
I do like.
It's not really a thing.
I mean, like, people with British accents yelling is cool, but I don't want to be on the receiving end of that. You know what I mean?
Yes,
I'd rather have a good Fruitland accent, which sounds just like, Muscatine. You know what I'm saying, though? Like, Gordon Ramsay, he just yells at people. Oh, you're just like, simmer down, Gordon. He was on one of the Disney. We're getting off the subject. He was on one of the Disney shows that my kid watched, and I'm like, he was on Mickey and the Roadster Racers, and he was yelling. I'm like, can he does he ever not yell? And he's not even my favorite. Anyways, Friday, this is what I'm trying to get to. I just made people in Fruitland mad. It's all love, Fruitland. We all have accents. I still have the Chicago accent. How do you think I feel? That comes out sometimes. Friday, Chef Tess and Brian McNally are going to be here to talk about the Irish cheese tasting wine pairing hors d'oeuvre event that's coming up very soon. So we're excited about that. We'll talk more about it. I'm going to try and not offend any of our viewers for the rest of the show. Oh, great. Okay, coming up tomorrow, Dr. Dan Drehas with Riverside Animal Hospital. He'll be here along with Jody Royal Goodwin with the Community Foundation of Greater Muscatine. Friday, it's Muscatine County Sheriff C.J. Ryan in the house. Whoop, whoop. Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna know? CJ is not going to be arresting anybody, I don't think. Also, Grant Harkness will be here. Grant hanging out with, talking about the Wilton Observatory Project. And like I said, Chef Tess and Brian. It's a full show Friday, and we'll talk to pharmacy manager Nicole Duhlmeyer about some pretty cool things that the pharmacy's got going on. All right. Said enough. Thank you for watching. What's that? Yes, okay, thank you for reminding me, Chad. Appreciate that. Muskie pictures from last night. Look at the crowd shots. Wow, those look fantastic. And it was definitely, and I wasn't there, these guys were. There's Coach Belger. It seems like it was a primarily a Muscatine crowd based on the broadcast that I listened to. So much purple in the stands cheering on. There's Brian Musell, Joel cheering on the Muskies. First time at state for boys basketball since 2002. And Chad Yoakum and Ryan Broderson were there capturing these images, which just look fantastic. Yeah, what a great moment. Obviously we'd have loved for the Muskies to have won, but just the fact that they were there, it really says a lot about this team, and we wish them all the best to the seniors, and, just very fun group to follow for sure. Look at the Muskies. There's Joe Wieskamp's dad, Steve, great guy. His wife, Dana, behind him. Yeah, of course, they were right near the action for sure. Wells Fargo Arena was purple last night for the Muskies. Wow. It's so funny how many faces I can recognize, after having been in Muscatine for about 5.5 years now. What a great moment. And everybody seems to have made it back safe and sound, just a little tired today. Cheerleaders. Wow, this is awesome. You guys took a lot of pictures. This is great. Good job, Ryan.
I'd high-five you, but I have banana hands.
There you go. There's Joe. Last game as a Muskie. Pretty wild to think about that. But you'll be able to follow Joe Wieskamp and the Hawkeyes starting next season. Won't that be fun? All right. Hy-Vee today is done. Catch the rebroadcast Monday through Friday, 7:30 and 10:30 p.m. on Muscatine Power and Water Digital Cable Channel 5. Thanks to Remax and the Armstrong team. Hi, Armstrongs. See you soon, too, by the way. And, we'll see you live at 8:30 tomorrow. Or, if you watch this later at night, that's cool. If you have any feedback, guest ideas, hyveetoday@gmail.com. That's how you can reach out to us. And tomorrow we will touch base on a couple other things that are coming up this weekend, breakfast with Herky and so on. But for today, this is it. We are done. Thanks to Amy Hessel from the Muscatine Community YMCA for stopping by. She's got a lot going on. Different things coming up. You don't have to, I'm just going to hold these up. Just go to the Y's website, and she's wonderful. Happy to call her a friend. And thanks to Jim Haskin in the dairy department here at Hy-Vee. The Great American Milk Drive continues throughout the month of March. And of course, thanks as always to Chef Tess, who is getting ready for some homeschool students that are going to be coming through, making some smoothies later on today. This is Tony Tone. We'll see you later on. I'll be here till 5 in the store if you need me, or tomorrow at 8:30. Goodbye.
Thanks for watching Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We'll do it again tomorrow with more local guests from in and around the Muscatine community. Questions, comments, know a great guest? Reach out to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone on Facebook or via email, hyveetoday@gmail.com.